use. All right. Okay, folks, so I have a blanket underneath my feet to kind of help my feet reach the floor comfortably, so you can do the same if you need to. And so we're going to just begin by coming into our comfortable seated position, but not like a lazy seated position. I don't really want to call it lazy, but you know what I mean, where we are collapsing and the shoulders are coming forward, the chin is coming forward. See, when you sit, that the ankles are underneath the knees. Maybe the feet are about sit bone distance. And when you sit in such a way, you can feel the spine growing nice and tall, but you're also sitting at ease. You don't want your posture to be a lot of work. So you make your adjustments. And then we're just going to tune inward to our breath, just as it is. If you like, you can close your eyes. And you can take some deep breaths in through the nose. You can let a sigh out through the mouth. Take as many deep breaths as you need to. Maybe even turn up the corners of your lips and smile. You're here, you're breathing. It's a beautiful day. And then begin to allow your breath to deepen. So if you like, you can take a hand onto the navel area. So like a nice big high five hand. And for today, we're going to direct our breath underneath our hand. So another thing you can do, you can also take one up towards your chest, kind of on your sternum, and see when you breathe in to the belly, see if the chest is lifting. Are you able to keep the breath down into the belly? And this is without strain. So if you're really finding that when you breathe in and you're forcing your belly out, and the same thing on the exhale, you're driving the navel in towards the spine and you're trying to squeeze every bit out, I want you to be relaxed and comfortable and at ease. But see again if you can allow the bottom hand on the navel to push outward gently. And on the exhale, you'll feel your hand go back in. The eyes can be closed. So the hand that's on the chest, you're just noticing if this hand is moving. And sometimes what you can do on your sternum, very gently, press in and down. And it kind of mentally guides the breath to travel down into the belly. You can, of course, move your hands if you like, or if this helps you keep your focus, keep the hands there. And then begin to even out your breath. You can do a mental count, or you can say it out loud. Nobody can hear you where you're breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever your count is. Directing the breath in and out of the belly. And as you continue to breathe, just know or do a little scan now of your body. As you're trying to direct the breath down in the belly, are you tensing up the shoulders, anywhere here, up through the neck? Maybe even the jaw might be tight. You might be unconsciously straining to get the breath there. So if you do notice that, see if you can just let go, whether you shake out a little bit and then return to your breath. You might be able to take the hands away. If the palms are facing down on top of the legs, it gives you more of a sense of being grounded. And then when the palms are open, you can get more of a sense of the body feeling open, ready to receive. So just imagine if the pharmaceutical companies prescribe deep breathing, if that was the new drug, I think we'd see a lot more healthier people, because we tend to breathe so shallow in the course of a day. And so this allows the diaphragm, the lungs to expand and also contract as we breathe deeply down into the belly. Yeah, too bad there was not so many cholesterol pills prescribed. I think that might be one of the top ones if they focus more on creating a deep breathing drug. So go ahead now, let go if you are counting and just see if you can maintain a nice soft and smooth breath. Don't be so concerned if the rhythm isn't equal. Just allow your breath to flow. And then from here, if the hands are by the sides, we're just going to release them down now so the fingertips are reaching towards the floor. And breathing in, flip the right hand up, and we're going to reach up and over. Root down the sit bones here. And if you find this too intense, just take your hand onto the chair, the elbows bent, and then you're going to reach up and over. But when you reach up and over, I want you to think of reaching, not with the hand, think of reaching right from your hip to your shoulder. And this part of your body, you're trying to create some length. We're going to slowly release. So again, if you want to take your hand onto your chair, lift up and over, right from the hip to the shoulder, gazing forward or down. If it feels okay, you can also release the fingertips, but try not to allow yourself to collapse down on the right side. Still trying to find length through both sides of the waist. And then maybe we'll just windmill the arms going up and over to the other side. And then make it more dynamic with your breath. Breathing in and out. Hand on the chair or hand, fingertips reaching towards the floor. Let's do one more time each side. Oh, it feels so good to stretch through the spine and the shoulders. Take the arms into a T and then slowly let the hands come back down by your sides. We're just going to do some shoulder rolls here. You can let the elbows go out to the sides. You can make your circles nice and big, or they can be smaller. Again, notice if you're holding tension, you can reverse the direction in the shoulders and the neck. And then gradually let the arms come back down. We're going to slowly sweep the arms forward so they can be directly out in front of you. You can take them on a diagonal or lift them all the way to the sky. So pay attention to your shoulders. And then firm your shoulder blades on your back. So there's a tendency when we reach, we're lifting the shoulders right up out of the socket. So see if you can keep them in there. Gaze is forward. Draw your low belly in, and we're just going to begin to lean forward. And if you find this too intense, just take the hands down onto the thighs. Again, we want to keep everything relaxed here, even though it's working. And then lift back up. If your arms get tired, you can just take them down by your sides. We're going to bow forward. Again, root down through the sit bones. Draw your low belly in. Keep your neck in line with the spine. Lifting back up. Let's just take our arms down by our sides for a moment. We're going to keep going here, maybe a little deeper. Sweeping up. Exhale, bow forward. Root down through your feet. Engage your legs here. Breathing in, lift up. This time we're going to root the feet down, draw low belly in, find length through the crown of the head. You might notice your bum lifting. See if you can root it down a bit as you push the feet. And then slowly maybe begin to fold down, either forearms onto the thighs, and this might be where you stay, or maybe the fingertips come down, creating some rounding here in the back. Have a look at the ankles again. See if you can readjust, trying to take the ankles underneath the knees. Maybe the top of the head just hangs here. You can even shake out the arms, the head a little. Let your belly come down onto the thighs. Take your hands down to the top of the feet if you can reach comfortably. Press down the hands into the feet and then the feet into the earth. Keep the legs active, release the hands. We're going to take them out to the sides and either roll up or come up with a flat spine. And then exhale down through your center. Let's try that one more time. The arms reach out and up. We're going to bow forward, pause and hold. So we're creating strength here through the core, through the spine. Shoulders are down the back. And then see if you can slowly exhale again. Keep the feet rooting as you forward fold. Plant the feet down. Take a full breath in and let's reach out and up. Exhale down through the center. Slowly release. Just add on a little bit here, a twist. So circling the arms out. Maybe the gaze looks up. This time as you exhale, take the arms out into a T position as you forward fold. And then slowly swan dog, take the hands back down. This time as we inhale, lift up halfway again. Maybe the hands are to the shins. They can also be on the thighs. If you have them on the thighs, draw your elbows straight back. And now as we exhale, forward fold, take the left forearm onto your thighs, so not on top of the knees, onto the thighs. And now reach that right arm out and up. Maybe turn your gaze towards the right. Now notice your neck. That's not comfortable. You're just going to keep your gaze down. Also notice the right shoulder. This is mobility here. So maybe the arm comes out halfway, or you take it up and let your body twist to open that arm up. And we're going to exhale, slowly take the arm down. Now both forearms are onto the thighs. Pull your heart through. Exhale, forward fold. Top of the head again comes down. Root down through the feet. Sweep the arms out into this big circle, lifting you all the way up. And exhale down. Remember, we're using our core to help support us and our legs to lift us. Breathing in. Take the arms out wide. Pause as you bow forward. Draw the core in. See if you can find that length through the spine. Slowly exhale, forward fold. And breath again. Lift up halfway. Hands to the shins or thighs. And now exhale, right forearm onto the legs. And then the left arm will reach up. So if it feels comfortable to do so, maybe the gaze lifts with you. And exhale, slowly release, forward fold. And breath sweeping out and up. Exhale, hands in the prayer. Let's take that left forearm again onto the thigh. Sweep the right arm open. So we'll just move into a twist here. Exhale, both forearms onto the thighs, hands in prayer. Pause. Pull your heart through, finding length. And then also feel your shoulders. Draw them down your back as well. Let's go over to the other side. So right forearm onto the leg, lift up through the left arm. Exhale, release. Coming back to halfway, hands into prayer. Left forearm onto the thigh. And let's take the right hand and we're just going to stack them and just turn your gaze now towards the right. Hands back in prayer. Let's go over to the other side. Hands are stacking. You're just pressing your hands against one another. And then see if you can kind of create this 90-degree angle with your top arm. And then come back to center, hands in prayer. Let's just bow down, pause and hold here. Again, if you want to create some subtle movements here, shaking out the shoulders, the palms can flip towards the sky if you like. And then breathing in, circle out and up, lifting all the way up. And exhale again, hands in prayer. Let your gaze come downward, looking at your hands. Root down through the sit bones, lift tall through the spine, but we're just trying to find some length here through the back of the neck. And then slowly lift the gaze forward, release the hands. We're just going to take a foot and we're going to circle here, taking it nice and slow in the other direction. You can flex and point. I don't know if you can hear my feet cracking. I've been noticing my joints cracking and popping a lot more lately. And then over to the other side. And I really love doing this. Getting some mobility here in the ankle, getting that oil moving in the joints, flexing and pointing here, and then release. So once again, taking the feet, come towards the front of your chair for a moment. So again, ankles stacked on top of the knees. Give you a better view probably here. And now from here, find your core if you like. Take your hand here, a little gentle tap in the low belly to activate the low belly. And we're going to come up to stand. So first option maybe can be, as you root down through the feet, you just get a bit of momentum and come up, lift the arms up. Now as we exhale, we're going to find that chair and sit back down. Okay, so rising up, you can let the wrists be relaxed if you like. And exhale, slowly release. Maybe you don't need that bit of a momentum and you just push through the feet, lift up, arms lift. And as you exhale, find the chair, sit back down. I'm gonna do that a few times. Lifting up, maybe gently squeezing your butt cheeks as you rise up. Exhale, sit down. Just coordinate that now with the movement of your breath. So we're building some strength here as well in the legs. One more, lifting up. Exhale, release down. Come back to hands again into prayer for a moment. Pause and breathe. Release the hands. Let's come back up to one more chair. Sit, lift up, circle the arms up, look up, and then circling the arms, walk, taking it nice and slow. Let the gaze come down as you circle the arms down. Bring your hands right back into prayer. Slowly release. Now let's come and take your chair. So maybe the back of the chair is facing you. Come. Then we're just going to release our hands by our sides. Have a look at your feet. See if you can let the feet come parallel. A lot of times we turn the toes out. You're going to see if you can keep the feet nice and straight here. Soft bend in the legs. And all we're going to do here, once you feel like you have your balance, if not, hold onto your chair. You're just going to turn your head from one direction and slowly to the other direction. So let your head turn side to side. And just notice the movement as you turn your head. And then come right back to center again. Let the arms kind of come out a little bit wider. Bring your shoulders down your back when it feels as though you're reaching the fingertips down. Lift the pubic bone up towards the navel. So the belly, the core is nice and strong. And now from here, we're going to drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Breathe now through the left side of the neck, maybe out into the shoulder. Just notice the difference in the stretch. And then the head comes right back to center. We'll slowly go over to the other side. So let your nose point straight forward. We'll do it one more time each side, looking forward. Last time over to the left. And so if you have more time, you can just pause and hold here and breathe through the right side of the neck. At home and lift up, release. Shake out the arms a little. And then from here, we're going to lift up whatever leg you like. You can also do this seated. I'll show you standing first. We're going to shift the weight saying to your left leg. You're going to lift the knee up as though you're paddling a bike. We're just going to circle that leg. So you can also do this seated as well. Okay. If you want to let go of your chair, do so. Just stare at a point in front of you. And we're going to and then see if you can take it in reverse. Now, if you need to take a break and set your foot down, go ahead and do so. And then replace. Let's take our legs wide. We're just going to hinge the hip from one side to the other, tick-tocking the hips. You could also do some circles here. That might feel nice. And then you take the feet again back sit bone distance, holding onto the chair, lift up the opposite leg, and you're going to circle. So walls are also nice to hold onto to help you with this. Take it in the other direction. Remember, pause when you need to. You'll probably feel the thigh here getting tired, the hip flexor. So again, we're working with strengthening. And then replace, maybe step out wide again if you want to kind of take the hip side to side. Or do your circle. And then come right back up to center. Again, you can be facing your chair if you like. And I want you to imagine now, you're a kid, and you're reaching up into the cupboard to get your sweet stash, your cookie stash, or whatever you have. And so normally when we go to reach for something in the cupboard, we're reaching right from that shoulder. So now you're going to be this little kid. If you like, you can take one hand down if you find that you get tired. But just imagine, just like we did when we were seated, I want you to think of lifting through the right heel and then lift right from your right hip to your shoulder. So we're trying to get this part of our body as long as you can. And then you're going to slowly replace. So lift up through the left heel and reach, reach, reach. So think not necessarily from reaching a hand up to try to get into the cupboard. We are going to use our side body, maybe lifting up into a tippy toe to reach the cookies and the candies. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And this is actually a nice thing to do if you can, 4 or 5 or more times a day. You don't have to do it for very long, but we're just shifting the weight from one side and reaching from the hip to the shoulder. And hopefully you don't reach the cookie jar and eat those cookies. And then we're just going to slowly take the hands back down. Do another sweep, bend the knees, lift up. Hands come down through the center. Now keep the hands here in prayer. You're going to clasp your hands now. So clasping the hands, and you're just going to circle your hands as best you can. So trying to make a circle with your hands. So now we're warming up further with the hands and into the wrists. This is a nice thing. Again, about oiling the joints here. You can take it in the other direction. So to keep everything, for me anyway, I tend to be tight in the hands in the morning, especially. So this is a nice way to get that oil moving, warmed up and lubricating. And now from here, you're just going to take your hands apart and we'll take one wrist up and the other. I think we've done this one before. And then from here, we're going to add a little bit more movement to it. Maybe the elbow lifts a little further and it's kind of like a wave. And then maybe you get the ribs and the shoulders involved. And so you lift it all the way up and behind, and then you go over to your other side. And so let this be your movement. The hands aren't clasped into a fist now. We're just moving, lifting up from one side to the other. You can bend the knees. You should really feel your ribs and the shoulder now getting involved. And then slowly, we'll just slow that down. Now take the feet so that we're going to face our chair. Take your feet to the sides of your mat here if you like. And then we're just going to reach our arms kind of out into, not quite, if you like, you can take it shoulder width. You can also take it lower. And then if you like, you can also try turning the toes out and just see how that feels in your body. Soft bend now in your knees. So you probably can feel your shoulders here working. And then turn the feet back to parallel so that maybe now the toes are turned in. Just take a moment now, take the hands to the hips. Just notice how it feels to have the toes slightly turned in. Again, that soft bend in the knees. And then take the feet parallel. And now I want you to find a comfortable placement for your feet. You can take them wider. I'm just going to turn both of my toes out. That feels better in my body. Now that we're going to do is we're going to bend the left knee, straighten out the left leg. So straighten out the right leg. The toes can be turned out, or now you can turn the right toes parallel. And when we lift back to center, we'll go to the other side. Left toes come in, 12 o'clock position. Maybe the right toes turn out to 2 or 3 o'clock. And you're just going to bend that knee. And so we'll just go side to side. And same thing here. You just figure out what feels comfortable in your body for you to be able to bend one knee and straighten the other leg with your toes. How should the placement of your feet be? Now we can also tap our shoulders. So I'm going to bend my right knee, tap my right shoulder. Go to the other side, tap my left shoulder. Now you can go a little bit deeper here if you like. Bring your bum back. So it looks something like this. We'll try one more each side. And then come right back to center. Bring the feet back in. Maybe you want to shake with the arms here a little. And then again, let's take our legs here again wide. And so instead of facing your chair, get into a stance like I am with the chair on your one side, maybe your left side. And now I'm going to turn my left toes to face the chair. Right toes are going to be parallel with the back of the mat. They can also be turning slightly around. So again, you play around the placement of your feet. Hold onto your chair with the left hand. Now we're going to bend the left knee. Knee is over the ankle. And maybe we'll just extend one arm forward. And then see now if you can take that back arm, sweep it forward. And as you do so, you might notice it kind of feels a little bit awkward. So go ahead and turn the back toes in. So both feet now are facing towards your chair. Have them like on train tracks here. Gently take the shoulders back down your back. Pause and hold. Back leg is pushing behind you. Front knee is bent here. So both hip points are facing towards your chair. And now go ahead and release the thumbs. Take them underneath your armpits. And so you're going to lift yourself up right from the hips. Keep that going. Keep the front knee where it is, but now turn your back foot again so it's parallel with the back of the mat. Keep lifting up through the armpits so you can feel yourself. The hips are going down, armpits are lifting, and now we're going to reach the arms out. You're in your warrior two position. You can also look over the left fingertips here if you like. Now we're going to make it more dynamic. We're going to flip the palms, straighten the front leg, and look towards the center. As we exhale, we look to the left, open the arms up. Breathing in, straighten. You can turn your gaze towards the center or just keep looking towards the left. You choose. Really power up that leg. You don't have to straighten the left leg completely. You can still keep a bend in that leg. This time we're going to take the hands now towards the hips. Now keep the left leg bent. We're going to parallel the left foot in. So both feet are parallel. Now take the heels in, toes are out, bend the knees. So it can be a little bend, or you can bend even deeper. Knees are tracking towards the toes. Watch that they aren't caving in. We're going to see if we can use the inner thigh muscles here to keep the legs open. Arms now can come into a goddess, cactus arms. Breathing in, we're going to straighten, maybe squeeze your butt cheeks, and exhale, take it down. Remember, you can go as deep as you like here. Breathing out and breathing in. This time as we lift all the way up, let's take the hands into prayer and then heel toe the feet in, or you can hop them in, either or. Now we're going to go to our other side. So if you want to move your chair to the other side, you can also turn, but you will be back on towards me. So we'll go to now our right side. Start with the hands into prayer. And now extend the arms out. Hop or widen the stance. Hands now come onto the hips. Grow tall again through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders down your back. Just going to do a couple here of where we bent now our right leg. Take your bum back. Come back to center. Go over to the left side. You can add the tap. So left knee bends. You're going to touch the left shoulder and go over to the right. You don't have to bend so deeply. You can stay upright. Shoulder tap. And now let's come back to center. Turn the right toe to face your chair. Bend the right knee. Left hand now onto the, right hand onto your chair. And let's take that back foot and we'll start to bring it forward. So both feet are facing towards the chair. Lift the arms up. Coming into your warrior one stance. Now warrior one, let's make this one a little bit dynamic. Bend the knee and straight. Bend and straight. Hands now come into prayer. This time we're going to step forward. Step the right foot back. Left knee bends, arms reach up, or let's take our arms out into a cactus shape. We're going to bend the left knee and then straighten out the leg. Remember, you can keep a micro bend here in your leg. Or if it feels good, begin to straighten it out further. Hands back into prayer, step forward, left foot moves back. Holding on to your chair. Begin to now hold on to the chair with the right hand, bend the right knee, left hand onto the hip. Now let's start to open up the hip, let the foot turn with you. Widen your stance here if you can. Back foot parallel, turn in slightly, either or. Start to keep bending the front knee, coming into your warrior one here. Extend through the arms, pause and hold. Don't let the shoulders be all kind of loose here. Really engage them on your back. Engage the muscles of the arms. And now we'll lift up and straighten. So whether you want to look towards the center when you lift up or keep your gaze over to the right, that's totally up to you. If you're finding your balance, just hold on to the chair as you bend and straighten. Use your breath. Notice if you're holding the breath. This time as we come into warrior two, take the hands to the hips, begin to straighten out the right leg, parallel the feet, maybe hop the feet in or heel toe them in. Now face your chair and we're going to take the feet again wide, either stepping out or hopping out. See if you can take the feet now so that the toes are turned in, the heels are out. And then we're just going to come into a forward fold here. Hands can rest on the chair, or maybe you can walk them down the chair. And then notice your weight. Is it going all the way into your bum? Can you keep it equal here through the toes and the heels? And now slowly roll up through your spine. Walk the hands up the chair. Heel toe them in, or you're just going to step or hop in. All right, so let's stay facing our chair. And we're going to walk the feet back, coming into a downward facing dog. Take your hands to the edge of your chair so the arms are wider, soft bend in the knees. And then let the head come in between your arms. So don't let the head hang down and you're creating this arch in your low back. Draw your low belly in and then bend the knees. Walking forward, breathe in. Release the hands now down by your sides. Arms will reach all the way up. Maybe look up. Exhale, take the hands into prayer. Again, release the hands down, sweep them behind. This time bend the knees and lift up, look up. Exhale, hands onto the seat of the chair. Just walk back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Lift the gaze up, step the right foot forward. Lift the back heel if you can. So now both knees are bent. And then we're trying to find length here, right from the spine, through the tail, through the crown. Notice if you're leaning forward, can you find that vertical stance? Now let's step left foot forward. Let's take the right foot back. Bending again, both knees here. If that doesn't feel okay, just take your heel down towards the floor. Stay in your warrior one stance. Otherwise, both knees can bend. Again, finding that nice vertical position. Step forward and walk all the way back, coming into your downward facing dog. Hold and breathe here, gently pressing the palms of the hands into the seat of the chair. And then slowly walking forward. Release the hands again by your sides. Soft bend in the knees and then sweep the arms forward and up. Look up. Exhale, hands come down into prayer. Holding on to the seat of the chair again, walk back, down dog. In breath, right foot steps forward. Let's open up the back foot again, coming into warrior two. So the back foot is now facing parallel with the mat. Hold on with the right hand, lift the left arm out, gazing it over the right. Hold and breathe. Now let's take this back arm and we're going to sweep it all the way down and forward and see if you can take a few steps to, again, face towards the front of your chair, walk back again, downward facing dog, bending knees. In, breath roll up through your spine. Let's step the left foot forward now. Right toes are going to be back. We're going to hold onto the chair with the left hand. Take your right hand to your hip and come into your warrior two here. Heel toe the foot out. See if you can again take this wider stance, bend the front knee. Reach the left arm forward. If you want, you can open up with the right hand. Gazing towards center or look over the left fingertips. See if you can again find some length. As the hips root down, we're lifting up tall through the spine. Back hand here again is going to sweep all the way down. It's going to start to come towards your chair, and then see if you can hop in, coming towards the front, and we'll walk back again, downward facing dog. Hands pressed down, knees are bent. If you want a bit of a deeper stretch, we're going to lift the sit bones a little higher. And then roll up through your spine, walking forward. Release the hands down, bend the knees and sweep up. Exhale, hands come into prayer. Pause and hold here, taking the shoulders now down your back. Release the hands, and now let's come back to our chair. Have a seat onto your chair, but we're going to come into a little bit differently. So if you can, you're going to take instead of facing towards the front, can you take this left knee and now bring it out into this 90-degree angle. Right foot can stay where it is. Now, in order to get into this position, you're going to have to come out closer towards the edge of your chair. Take your gaze over the left leg, hold on to your chair, and then see if you can take the right toes back. And just see how that feels. You can bend both knees, depending on your chair. Left arm can hold on to the back of the chair. Maybe you can extend the right leg behind you. So again, this is too much, either of these positions. Just take your right foot forward, okay? Either or. And now from here, I'm going to take my leg back. I'm going to lift my arm up. So it's kind of like you're coming into a crescent lunge here. Gaze can be down, you can look center, or you can look up towards the sky. And then slowly release. Take the hand back down towards the thigh. Just give your arm a little breather. And then lift it back up. And then open the arm wide. So one arm opens up wide. Maybe your gaze comes out and looks at the hand. Follow the gaze and look up. Then we're just going to take that hand behind the head, if it allows. And then find extension through the spine. Use your hand. It's kind of like a pillow. You could even hold on to the back of the head to gently support the head and lift through the neck. And then slowly release. Let's just take that right leg forward. So both feet now are facing forward. And we're going to take both hands and turn now and look at the back of your chair, moving into a twist. Breathe nice and deeply to the upper and mid back area. And then let's come all the way back to center. So let's come back into this stance of your 90-degree angle or the leg behind. And we're going to take that left arm, maybe take the elbow down. Fingertips can touch the face if you like. We're just going to reach up and over. So it's almost like you're coming into this side angle. Hold and breathe. And then use that to lift you back up and come through center. We're going to go over to the other side. So now right knee is facing towards the back of your mat. Left leg can just reach out. You can come into a 90-degree angle, or you're going to take it all the way behind you. So remember, in order to get into this position, I don't know if you can see, but I'm actually almost hanging off my chair. Right arm can stay holding onto the back of the chair. Left arm can lift, or if you feel safe and you're not going to fall, both arms lift up. Hold and breathe here. From here, let's see if we can open up both arms nice and wide. Gaze maybe can turn towards the left. Can also turn it towards the right. Arms lift back up. Exhale, hold on to the chair with the right hand. Take the left hand now behind the head. Maybe it just stays here, or you create a bit of a back bend in your upper back, mid back area. Now slowly release. Again, lift back, arms back up. And then let's let's take the right elbow now down onto the thigh. Right elbow onto the thigh, left arm overhead. And slowly sweep up. Now take that left foot So both feet now are facing towards the back of the mat. Hands now come onto the back of the chair and turn and twist. So if you find that too intense, just take one hand and slowly start moving through your spine, turning. And if it's okay, both hands will stay here and hold you. As you breathe in, you're finding this length. As you exhale, don't go to your maximum, but if there's any space that allows you to deepen, start to twist a little further. You're going to slowly unwind, taking the feet again, so we face towards the front. Root down through the feet, and then with an in-breath, we're going to lift all the way up. Exhale, we'll take it where we're bowing forward, finding length through the spine, reaching it through the fingertips. Low belly draws in. Forearms now onto the thighs. Pull your heart through. Draw your elbows back. And exhale, forward fold. Come all the way down. Pause and hold here. Shake out the head. Breathe fully now into your mid-back area. Now, if you like, from here, we can plant the right hand down and then lift the left hand onto the thigh, or maybe lift it up towards the sky. If this is too far down for you, take your right arm back onto the thighs and lift up, just like we did earlier. And then we're going to slowly sweep down, come back to a forward fold. Left fingertips to the floor, or left forearm onto the thigh. Slowly lift the right arm up, gazing up or looking down. Exhale now, slowly forward fold. Push down through the feet. Use those legs to roll you back up. Shoulders down the back. Now bringing the soles of the feet together. They may not touch, kind of like a closed book, but we're just going to take them together as best you can. Can even come out further onto the edge of your seat. And then let the knees fall open. Flip the palms now so that they rest onto the thighs. Just pause and hold, maybe the eyes closed. Low belly below the navel area might draw in and up. Notice if that helps support the low back a little further. Release the jaw. And just return back to the rhythm of your breath as it is. Now, if you can, you're going to breathe. See if you can allow the breath to be more smooth and longer and soft. Returning back to your rhythm of equaling out your breath. So if you want to do that little silent count, and then when you kind of have some rhythm going, just let go of the count. Gaze can be down or eyes are closed. Now see if you can keep this breath going. If the eyes are closed, open up the eyes. Bring the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Sweep the arms behind and use that momentum one more time to lift you up, circling the arms all the way behind. Now keep that breath going as though you're doing this meditation. Slowly take your time. Take the chair if you like. So again, the back is facing you if you might need it. And then from here, kind of come into a mountain pose with the knees softly bent. The arms are going to be relaxed. And all that we're going to do is keep this nice slow rhythm of breath moving and slowly lift up the right heel. Shift your weight to the left. Slowly release and then go over, lifting the left heel. And so you're just going to gently go side to side and take it slow. The slower it is, the more we work as well with our balance. Let your whole body just be relaxed. And almost think of yourself maybe as a little tree, and you're just gently swaying from one side to the other in the wind. And then come right back to your center. We're going to clasp the hands here again. Draw the hands in towards you, soft bend in the knees, and then gently flip the palms and round through your mid back area. Okay, and then as we turn the palms, they're going to come into us as we come back upright. And then exhale, slowly push away. So feel as though you're drawing energy in as you lift up and straighten. And then as you exhale, pushing away any stagnant energy. Breathing in, lift up, shoulders relax. And then exhale as you round. Try to create that kind of scaredy cat pose in your mid-back area. Just a couple more here, pushing away and drawing in. Slowly release the hands again by your sides. Let go of the shoulders, take the gaze down again for a moment. This time we're just going to shift our weight side to side without lifting the heels. Sometimes when the gaze is down, it also helps us with our balance. And then come right back to center. Again, clasping the hands together. We're going to push the hands away, soft bend in the knee. Let's just go ahead and round the spine again for a moment, kind of like this cat spine. Lift the arms all the way up. So think again of stretching right from the hips to the shoulders. And then turn the palms. We're going to press them all the way down. And then start to round your low back again, drawing the elbows towards one another. They don't have to touch. And then breathing in, the elbows open up. We're going to flip the palms up towards the sky. Maybe you look up. Slow, steady cycles of breath here. Exhale, palms flip down as you start to kind of crouch into a little ball. Elbows down, and then open the elbows, flip the palms, lift up. So you can look up or look towards the center. One more time as we exhale, coming into this like little ball. Elbows come together, and then lift back up, flipping the palms. Slowly release the hands. See if you can feel any energy in the hands, circling the arms down, bringing hands back into prayer for a moment. Release the shoulders once again down your back. Exhale this time, let the hands now come by your sides. And have your palms, instead of turning forward, just going to turn our palms back. Lift up through the pubic bone, soft bend here in the knees. Again, gently sway side to side for a moment with the heels down. And then the next time you come over to the left, lift the right heel up, and then the left heel up. So we're just shifting side to side. And then again, pausing, maybe closing your eyes if it's safe to do so. See if you can feel any movement, any energy moving through the body or through the hands. Reconnect with that slow, soft pace of breath, trying to equal out your breath. So just feeling that energy swirling within you. And we're going to continue with this nice slow movements to help calm the nervous system further. So let's just bring the feet in for a moment, hip distance apart. Maybe they were there already. And then slowly lift the toe up, step out a little wider, bending the knee. So slowly step back in. Take the left foot out. So soft bend in the knees. Arms are still by the sides. We're just slowly stepping from one side, shifting the weight to the other side. Now maybe for you, you might be able to close the eyes. So okay to keep the eyes open, but I just want you to feel the shift of weight from one side, bending the knee to the other side. Arms are relaxed and turn behind. Now let's come back to bring the two big toes together for a moment. And then slowly step one leg out wide. Maybe shoulder width apart, soft bend again in the knees. As you breathe in, let the hands stay relaxed, and then just flip the palms. Knees can stay bent, or if you'd like to begin to straighten the legs a little, and as you exhale, bend. So really take your awareness into your hands, and just feel possibly the energy, the prana moving through you as you move. Bending and straightening the legs, or keeping a soft bend in the legs. Now let's come back up to center and just slowly shift from one side to the other. And you're in Hawaii now, and we're just shifting from one side. And again, really slow it down. And see what your body needs to do when you bend your right knee and you reach to the right. How does your body readjust so that you don't fall over? Can you feel muscles engaging? Maybe some other areas relaxing. You can let the head go as well. Now, if you like from here, maybe as you take it over to the left side, you lift up the right heel. When we reach over to the left, we lift up the left heel. Just an option. Side to side. Maybe you go a little further now as the hands go over to the left, return towards the left, lift up the right heel. We'll draw that energy back in towards us, kind of pivot on your feet all the way now towards the back of the mat, lift the left heel and you reach. Okay, so we're just going side to side, moving through the feet, lifting the heel if you like, and taking it nice and slow, as though you're doing like a seated meditation, only this one is being an active meditation, shifting from one side to the other. So feel as though when you push the hands away, you're releasing anything you no longer want to hold on to. But when we draw the hands in, we're drawing in power, strength, maybe vitality, rejuvenation, whatever it is that you want to draw in. Following your breath. And then slowly now come back to center. We're just going to take our hands so now they face down, as though the hands were somewhere, maybe we are in Hawaii. We're letting our hands move through that water. Let the head relax and shoulders. Eventually the hands might come a little lower, but we're really slowing it down. And then slowly start to bring the feet back in. Let's release the hands again by our sides. Let the hips just gently tick-tock side to side, feeling that shift again in the feet. The balance, the gaze can be also down. Take your awareness back to your hands and slowly come back to a steady, strong mountain position. Awareness into the hands, maybe the energy, the prana moving through you. Keep this feeling with you. And then slowly come back again to your chair. So even though we're doing some different movement, see if you can kind of keep your focus inward. We're going to flip the palms up. Gently set the feet down again so ankles are underneath the knees. Growing tall through the spine. Notice if you are leaning forward, you can even do this, and then push into the feet and come back upright. So reaching right from the hips. Eyes can be softly closed for a moment. And just refocusing, seeing if you can feel that energy again moving through you. It's okay if you don't feel anything. Let your awareness sit onto your breath. And so you can stay just as you are in your position. So this might be a little work where you're rooting down through the sit bones, drawing the low belly in to help support you sit tall. Or if you prefer, for the next few minutes, if you want to bring your spine back or take your feet up onto your chair and not worry so much about having this upright position, just let yourself relax in your chair. You can also take a blanket if you like and cover yourself up. But if you create some movement, see if you can still keep that focus inward to your breath so that you're keeping the awareness inward. And so either sitting in this kind of more of a meditation upright position, or if you want to come into more of a relaxed savasana position, either or. But we're going to allow our breath to be full here. So instead of going back to your rhythm, unless you need to, if there's any dizziness in the body, do so. Otherwise, keep this nice slow rhythm of your breath with either keeping the inhale and the exhale equal in length, or if you want to further calm down the nervous system, you can extend your exhale. And so the only effort now in the body is the breath. Let your body completely relax. Letting go of any tension in the jaw, the shoulders, the spine, the pelvis. And see if you can find some enjoyment in just feeling your breath or hearing the sound of the breath. And just watch that the chin as well, even though you're in a relaxed position, that the chin isn't going out past the shoulder. It's going to create strain in the neck and the spine. So gently drawing the chin back. And feel as though as you're seated in your chair, you can feel the sun on your skin, as though it's melting away any cobwebs or any tension in the body. If you like, and you're watching the count of the breath let go, you can even return back to its natural rhythm. You can also play a little with your breath, seeing if you can fill the breath up in different areas of the body, whether it's the belly, the rib cage, or the chest. And just trying to send your breath to any places where maybe there might be some tension. Further, let the face soften. As though the sun is just allowing every teeny tiny muscle in the face to relax, as well as all the big muscles throughout your body. Feel as though all the joints are well lubricated. And feel the warmth in your heart. Slowly bring the palms together. And see if you can feel that energy or just the touch of the fingertips and the palm, rubbing the hands and washing the face. Resting the hands wherever you'd like. Let's take a full breath in together. Full breath out. A wonderful day. I hope you get outside and enjoy the sun. Namaste.